Well, g'day guys, how are you? It's Grant here, it's Friday afternoon, and if you can hear me, just give me a yo, as in David yo. Give me a yo, okay, Helen Morris, thank you, Dave, thank you very much. Hey, just while we're waiting for, there's still some people coming on the call, I just spoke to Emma, who is, Dave just put his surname in, that's awesome. Oh, Emma's in, good. Emma, I was stalling for a moment while you just got in. She had some trouble with the registration. Hey, so check it out, guys. I've got super fast internet. That means that I can do these webinars now from the comfort of my very own office. So you guys are in my office with me. First time ever I've been able to do a webinar from here. So hang on a sec. I've just noticed there's a little smudge on the camera. Hang on. Let me just, there we go. That's better. There's a little, got to do these things right. So today is a Q&A webinar. It's up to you guys to provide the content for today. As you are aware, it's not the first time we've done these. And I would love for you to start typing in some questions. While you are doing that, I'm going to tell you about a little book. Now, when I look at this on my screen, it's in reverse. I don't know if it's in reverse for you. It's called How Full Is Your Bucket? And I just wanted to show you guys, because I've got on my bookshelf, let me just swing this around here. There's my bookshelf there. Alrighty. So stack of books that I go to. They're my go-to pile. There's another cupboard over the other side of the room that has my kind of used pile. So it's not in reverse. Thank you, Helen Morris. Has my used pile of books that, you know, kind of don't go to anymore. That's my pile of books that I go to fairly often. I was going to tell you about this book, How Full Is Your Bucket. If you haven't got a copy of it, it's a really great one to get. I'm just going to share a few things. This is while you guys are typing in questions for me. Got it? I'm giving you guys a bit of time here to get the questions that you want typed in. So if you haven't got questions, it's going to be a short webinar because I'm just going to tell you a little bit about this book. You probably have heard about the bucket list. You guys know about bucket lists. Check it out. There's a lot of really cool stuff in here, but I'm just going to read a few things for you here. It says 9 out of 10 people say they are more productive when they are around other positive people. You guys have heard me teach that the quality of your life is determined by the quality of the people you associate with, the quality of the thoughts you have, and the quality of the information you take in. Dr. Donald O. Clifton, PhD, and Tom Rath agree. Just a little bit. Let me just find this other. I've picked out just a few things here, and I'm just going to, there's a little list as well, just while you guys type in some questions. It says the magic ratio here, I love this. 5 positive interactions for every 1 negative interaction. Set yourself a daily goal, daily target. 5 positive interactions for every 1 negative interaction. But here's this page here that I love. So if you got the book, or if you get the book, it's on page 94. I'm just going to go through a few little things on this list. Then I'm going to answer some questions. If you haven't typed in a question yet, that means that you're just here to look and not participate. Just have a sip of my coffee. My favorite coffee mug. You can do these things when you're doing it from home. Just having a little look here to see if there's any questions that have gone in. There's one question from DY, and I'll keep those. I'll wait for another 3 or 4 questions to come up. So here's some positive impact questions. This is how you can tell if you're having a positive impact through your business, through your life, in your life, with the people around you. Number 1, answer this to yourselves. I've helped someone in the last 24 hours. That doesn't mean made a transaction. That means helped someone. Here's the second one. I am an exceptionally courteous person. Morris Courteous. You are courteous. 3, I like being around positive people. And that's a very deliberate question. I love it because anyone who is not making a positive impact, being around positive people will give them the irrits. They won't like it. I've developed a knack, number 5, for making other people feel good. Number 6, I'm more productive when I'm around positive people. 7, in the last 24 hours, I've told someone that I care about them. Goes through, I'm going to read the last 2. You can get the book for yourself if you want it. Number 14, I always smile at people I meet. And 15, I feel good about giving praise whenever I see good behavior. Guys, this is a great book. It's a book that I've used in the past. It comes with these little drops for your bucket in the back as well, and you can fill those out, write out little letters of gratitude for people. You can write little things for yourself. All the w's.bucketbook.com is where you get it. And from time to time, I just don't mind sharing these little things with you, things that have helped me along in my journey. There's a bunch of books that I have. Even here on my desk, you guys have heard me talk about this one. I read this one flat out all the time. It's Good to Great by Jim Collins. Absolutely love it. And even this week, get this, revisiting some old stuff, NLP for Dummies. But it's really good. It's like really thorough. So just a few things there that helped me along in my week. Thought I'd share them with you. So there's a question from Dave Yo. It says this: when and how do you evaluate progress in your business? The answer is every day. Every day, in every way, in every interaction. So progress for me, and I guess what you're talking about in terms of progress is what in 90-day business transformation I talk about, will this make the boat go faster? Here's another way to evaluate your progress. Is what I have done today, or is the interaction with a person or an email or any bit of work, is it leading me one step further towards where I want to go through doing it? And that's just quite simply how you evaluate progress. I was just looking around to see if there was any examples of work in progress that I have, and there's really not. But evaluating progress is all about evaluating the moment, the now moments. If you are doing something that is just process without purpose, then it's not leading you towards where you want to go. And if that's the case, then what's it doing? It's either keeping you stuck or helping you to move backwards. Evaluation of progress is an ongoing thing. Some people will only measure it in terms of money, but money is the end net result of the work. It's doing the work that leads you towards the one step closer to towards where you want to go. And everyone that's ever done well anywhere in any business will tell you that. I think even yesterday, you guys know I like Gary Vaynerchuk. And yesterday, I'm sure it was yesterday, I saw a video of his or a post or something. And it said, if you're successful, it's because you've done the effing work. And you know, Gary Vaynerchuk is pretty loose with his language. And you know, I can be sometimes. I don't mean to be. But it's just about doing that purpose-driven work that gets you one step closer. I hope that helps. Let me know if that helps. DL, Dave Lucas this time. Question from DL. How do you genuinely stay pumped? This is a good one. How do you, let me just take a sip of my coffee. That's how I stay pumped. How do you genuinely stay pumped every day? How do you remain constantly positive and uplifting to those around you? I find it draining at times. Simple. I don't stay pumped every day. I'm not even pumped now. I'm flopping tired. I've been up since 5 a.m. I'm exhausted. I'm going to finish this webinar and I'm going to put on my tracksuit pants. I've got my nice pants on. And I put on some Ugg boots and I'm going to sit down and watch Netflix for an hour. I don't stay pumped all the time, but when you are focused and when you have a set of goals and plans and you've chunked them down, let me tell you even more clearly. Here's what you do. You set the agenda with, first of all, the time for the things that are important to you in mind. Even today, I spoke to a former client, Matty G, who is wanting to engage me again in his business for a new venture, which is very exciting. When a former client comes back, it's a very exciting day because that means they still trust you. And Matt and I talked about body weight because, as you know, I've lost some weight this year and he hasn't. He wants to. and I'm sure he wouldn't mind me sharing this with you. And Matt, if you're watching this in the replay one day, I hope you don't mind me saying this. But quite simply, if you treat every single day like a 1% holiday, that is to say, if you haven't planned your holidays, you haven't planned your time with your girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife, don't plan them with your girlfriend and your wife at the same time, fellas, just saying. If you haven't planned that time, then you're going to take any little opportunity and do little micro rests. Staying pumped isn't a thing. Staying focused and focusing on the person you're serving and not yourself, that's the trick. See, I'm very tired, but I have to be responsible for my energy right now because I'm here to serve my clients who are paying me a fee to turn up and serve them. Well, it's the same for you. You need to make sure that you manage your emotional state and your energy and your time, and you set that important time aside to spend with the people who you love, to re-energize yourself, and to probably poignant, I've thrown it to the ground now, probably poignant that I mentioned the book Fill Your Bucket today so that you can spend and plan that time to fill your bucket. And I hope that helps. But staying pumped and staying constantly positive, it's just unsustainable. No one does it. Don't confuse the highlight reels with reality. Just like David. So this is Dave Lucas. I'm still answering your question. Like you and I have shared a meal together and sat down and had a glass of wine. We had that big pizza up in Sydney. And I'll be seeing you again in a few months. We'll do it again. But guys, remember, we were tired. Like, it's not possible to stay pumped all the time. So just remember, it's about future pacing yourself and planning. So Dave said that Dave Yo said that helped him. Dave Lucas, hope that helped you. Andrew, g'day. Andrew has asked question 2. Oh, question 1. So I got question 1 from you first, Andrew. I'll go back up. Question 1 is, conversions are solid from intro to member, but really slow. I call, email, text, call in that order. Right, wrong. Better method, better questions to ask. Yes, read triage and adapt it to my language. Okay, cool. So conversions are solid from intro to member, but really slow. But that's okay, because things that are built slowly last a long time. I wonder, Andrew, if the problem isn't that, if it's getting more people to intro so that you can feel better about the number of people that are coming in, or perhaps it's, so I'm just thinking out loud here, perhaps it's just an evidence issue for them. So remember, if we went from suspect to prospect to lead to client, they're getting from suspect to prospect to lead, but then from lead to client, there's a lag, which probably tells me that there wasn't enough evidence in suspect and prospect, which means that if you put a bit more communication back at your initial inquiry stages, then it will probably speed things along towards the end. That is to say, people will be coming to you and be engaged with the culture of your business and just have to be a part of it. So they'll be convincing themselves they've just got to do this thing. They have to be in there. And maybe, just maybe, you don't need to do as much of the questioning. So you said you call, you email, you text in that order. Really, really cool. So when you call, actually, you know what? Maybe just flip it. Text, then call. Text and tell them you're calling. And then if you miss them, text them again. So just try a text message. Also, remember, multimedia messages can work really well also. Do I have my phone? I sent one earlier today. So I did a training this morning I'll just show you guys just while it's here. So this was a very large company. Just trying to find the message here. I've sent a lot of messages here today. There we go, James. So I sent him a video message on Facebook. It just says, call me. And I sent a photo of the whiteboard from the training that we did, which is the golden circle. And then just a few messages back and forth, right? And now next Friday, 2:00, we're putting together a strategy for ongoing work. So it's really just finding that fit. Jump on a call is the coolest way. Shoot a quick text message. People respond in different ways. So I'd say also, Andrew, be really flexible with those people as well. Don't maybe lock yourself into just one way of doing it. Think about how they're communicating. Some people I'm working with at the moment are doing really, really well with Facebook messages. Mel, I don't know, Mel, hi, I don't know if you're on here today, but Mel's been having conversations with people on Facebook and just jumping on calls. And I can't remember who else I've been talking to about that as well. It's going really well. And I do that as well, and that works really well. So, Andrew, just a few things for you there. I hope that helps. Your second question, and just let me know, Andrew, if there's more questions out of that. So, you have? Cool. Read Q1, cool. Do more pre-work and alter the order of comms. You like set routines. Yeah. But so a really cool word. I'm just going to write it down. This is for everyone. This is a really powerful word. Adjust. You've got to learn to adjust. You have to. If you saw, I don't know if I can switch it around, but there's that much stuff stuck up on my walls at the moment. You guys you see it in old videos and stuff like that. See all that. I mean, that's my sheet that I look at, which tells me what my first program was and tells me the order of things. Nothing that's on that sheet is in the order and what I do anymore, but it's all the basis. But everything I put out now is an adjustment from that. So even these guys I was training this morning, Biteable, great company as well. That's how I do the Monday and Friday videos, is through their company, through Biteable. So they do online videos. Anyway, I'm not promoting them, but just saying that's who it is. The way they built their multi-million-dollar business is they said, right, we'll put something out and we'll test it. So they A/B split test, then they tweak it, and then they dump one and run with the other, and then they put it out and they A/B split test it, dump it, run it. So they adjust all the time, and that's how they've gone from a really crappy product to a really successful product. And then we're doing it all again now with more adjustments. So question 2, perhaps not the forum, but what are people looking for when buying a business like Step Into Life? Perhaps a 30-minute meeting. So, Andrew, is what I'm hearing there that what are potential franchisees looking for? Is that right? Just put a quick Y or N if I've got that question clear. What are people looking for when buying a business like Step Into Life? Actually, Andrew, if we can I have a chat to you? Because it's probably a very good question. I just want to be clear on it. So you just hit accept. I've just sent you a share the stage thing there, Andrew. Let's see if you can make that. So you've said potential franchisees. Andrew, just if you can, if you're not sitting there in your undies, just there we go. How are you, mate?
Not bad, yourself?
Dude, you've grown a very impressive beard since I saw you last.
It's basically a 3-week turnaround. We every 3 weeks we get shorn, and that's about it.
Mate, this has taken me 15 years to grow.
Go to Africa and break your razor. That's how I started.
I'm waiting for puberty. So are you asking me what they're expecting as a potential franchisee, or what are they expecting in the sales process?
Yeah, I'm asking what if like I know what I was looking for, but I'm wondering what generally people are looking for if they're going to, basically pick up and say, I'm going to take on this business. I'm going to take on a franchise. See, for me, it was the end process. as
Yep.
opposed to someone starting out. Like I knew there was an end, the end's coming, and I just wonder if other people are looking for something else. I'm not really sure what people are looking for. What do I need to tell them about my business to say, look, this is what you want to get into?
You need to tell them the raw truth. So I don't think it happens enough that you'll sell less franchisees, but you'll sell them to better qualified prospects if you do it this way. You've got to tell people they're not buying a job. A lot of people that I see that buy franchises, no matter where they are, and tell me if I'm wrong here, Andrew, but most of them are moving away from pain.
I'd say so.
Yeah, moving away from a job they don't like. So what they want is they want to know that they can be in control of their destiny and in control of their finances and in control of being their own boss. But nobody really tells them the shit that comes with it. Like all right, it's going to be an absolute ton of hard work. You'll be up really, really early. You're going to be doing a lot of tough stuff. You got to make all of your own sales, all this stuff. I think that honesty goes a long way to building trust. You find that people will say yes more readily when they understand the complete risk. And I think people say no when they have a feeling or a suspicion that something is left unsaid, and then they will fill the gaps in with what they think might be the truth anyway, but it's just better off to come from you. Okay. So look, if you've done the process right, you're saying, okay, what, the why you, why now, why this, right? So why do you want to buy a Step Into Life franchise? Why us? Out of all the franchises you can buy, out of all the ways that you can make money, and there's tons, why us? And they'll give you their reasons. And then you'll say, okay, well, why now? Why is now a good time for you to do it? And then you'll find out their pain point. And so, and why do you think you'd be good at this? And you'll find out their limitations. And then from the gaps, you become the gap filler. So you're like, okay, so I've heard you say that you're really good at people, you're really good at managing people, you've managed people in your last job, and you're good at numbers and you're good at figures and so on. What do you like at sales? I hate sales. No, don't make me do sales. Then you're just going to go, I don't think this is for you. You take it away from it. I'll show there's, that book, Influence by Cialdini that I told you. I'll just grab it. I'm still here. Hang on a sec. It's great TV, isn't it?
Stuck with my ugly head. I don't want that.
Have you seen that one?
Haven't read it.
You've read it?
No, I haven't read it.
All right. Well, let me see if I can find the chapter. It's Scarcity and Rarity. There we go. Scarcity. So when you get it, it's chapter 7. Scarcity. It's a massive tool of influence. And after scarcity and rarity, they're the same thing. So really what you want to do is, if you're completely transparent with them, it will give them most people are also looking for the challenge, and they want to feel those 6 core needs. So certainty, safety, significance, contribution, and stability, certainty and uncertainty. So certainty, uncertainty, contribution, significance, and I've lost my 6, but there's 6 in there. They want to feel those things. And if you're taking it away, and not to say you're doing it like in a bad way, but if you don't tell them the whole story and you take away that, challenge, they'll just find out along the way anyway. So yeah, my belief is with anyone that I've seen successfully buy a franchise, they've understood the full risk, and you probably even did yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. I think our purchase was a bit different because for Amanda and I, as you know, this was the end point. This is the last step before we actually retire. And we've now got there. We're ready to go. It's done. So we didn't have much to go. So the risk wasn't that great. And the reward was very tangible already.
Yeah.
It was just a process we had to go through. We needed some way to get from A to B. And with my particular skill sets, we figured this was the safest route to get there.
Yeah. So you're talking about, we're talking about the same thing. My encouragement for you today is not to sell according to your buying process.
No, that's because I thought my buying process has got to be really not the way it was supposed to be done.
Yeah, because you're in a unique position. Most people aren't in that position. So that most people, and tell me, anyone that's on the webinar, tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm happy to be wrong. But in my experience with not just Step Into Life, but any franchise, Battery World that I've worked with, Cheesecake Shop who I'm currently working with, they'll move away from Banjo's Bakeries, all those sort of things. They're moving away from pain, and they want to buy themselves control. And most of them, even whether they can articulate it or not, are wanting to buy themselves a job. But they have to understand that it's not that. But once they do, they engage at a higher level.
Okay.
The responsibility engine kicks up. And actually, it's better for them once they understand it's not a job. They go from wanting to believe it to really seeing the potential in it. So, yeah, hopefully it helps. But as I said as well, push more towards the front end, especially at the moment. Content is king. Anything that you can give them at the front end when they're just tire kicking around and looking for other opportunities, the more content there is at that end, the easier it's going to be for you at the other end.
Okay. Cool. Thanks for that.
That's all right, buddy. I'll see you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah. All right, so guys, hopefully that was helpful for you as well. It's good to see Andrew. And if you'd like to jump on and have a conversation about anything at all, then please let me know. If you want to jump on and have a chat, happy to do that. I think it's a pretty cool tool to use. So I'm looking for more questions, but there doesn't seem to be. So if tell me something, guys. I'm about to do the next schedule for webinars. Do you want to keep going with Q&A webinars or not? Because if we're half an hour into a Q&A webinar and nobody has any questions, then that tells me some either very good things are happening or not very good things are happening. So Mel Hyatt has just put C, which I think might mean continue. I don't know. Do you want, yes or no, more Q&A webinars in the next schedule? And if you need something that I'm not providing for you, tell me, and I'll do it. Mel Cathy has said, what are a few of the biggest differences between those that succeed with you and those that don't so much? Very clearly, number one, it's those that log in, do the work, and implement like an absolute mother that get the results. Number two, people that annoy and pester the shit out of me night and day, and I love them for it. They get the results. People that call me and 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 text me and call me and call me and call me, they get the results. People that use every single tool that is in front of them get the results. And people that are stuck and ask for help get results. But the biggest one is implementers. Implementers get results. People that move in against fear get results. People that, actually Dave and Dave, you guys are good examples. They do everything I ask, every single thing that I ask. Mel, a few others, every single thing that I ask. And it's not that I'm saying you're not, Mel, but if you're not, Mel Cathy, then that's why. I mean, I'll tell you something. I spoke to somebody, they sent me an email. They're not on this webinar. I know they're not. They sent me an email yesterday, day before. Hey, Grant, blah, blah, blah. Your program's not working out for me. So I went, okay. I went to their login, and in the amount of time they've been with me, which is nearly 12 months, they've logged in, including coaching preparation forms, which was once. They've logged in a total of 7 times and 30 minutes. The program works. It's the implementation of the program that gets results. If you listen to the 90-day business transformation, which, by the way, I might as well tell you all, is about to be rebranded and re-recorded, which is quite exciting. It's going to be all new, called Business Breakthrough. I wasn't going to let the cat out of the bag, but there it is. It's out of the bag now. The implementation of the learning and the doing, it's scary as shit. And sometimes it's hard, and sometimes you get lost and confused. That's why you've got coaching calls along the way. It's not, and hear me on this, it's not my job to come to you. It's your job to call out for help. And it's my job when you call out for help to say, yes, I will help you to the ends of the earth and crawl over broken glass for you. So Shannon has said, learning a massive amount from going through the 90 DBT modules for the second time. Mate, I don't have it here with me. Oh, I've got one. Hang on, I've got it down on the ground here. So this is the original, one of the original copies of 90 Day Business Transformation, right? I went through it again the other day, and I took notes based on my notes so that I could then go reteach this to somebody else, because there's just that much in there. So even I go through this again and again and again, because it's not all my teaching. It's stuff that I've collected from years and years, and I showed you before, that bookshelf there and other, though I can't swing the computer all the way around, other bookshelves over there that are just filled with great content. And anything that I've implemented and had success with, or I've had a client that's implemented and had success with, I put it into the 90-day business transformation, which is about to be called Business Breakthrough. So yeah, I think I've answered your question, Mel. I hope I have. Tell me if I have. Tell me if I haven't. So Mel Hyatt said, for me, Grant, I chat to you weekly and pick your brains, and 90 DBTs jam-packed. You guys wait till you see the new stuff. Flipping heck. That's all I can say is flipping heck. I'm excited about it. Mel Hyatt, perhaps Q&A available at a scheduled time through Facebook or at the end of your regular webinars. I like it. I like that. That's really cool. Dave says, yes, I'm new to this, but I like the webinars. Dave says Q&A specifically. I guess he likes it. Emma, could you have something where when you register, we get sent a prompt to note some questions down? I just didn't make time to think of some questions. My bad, though. Do I want to? This is what I got to think, you know, like how much, and this is for you guys as well, right? Especially the personal trainers here. How much responsibility do you want to carry for your clients? Emma, you know I love you. You are ace. One of my favorite people to talk to. And I mean that. But dude, you know you registered for a Q&A webinar, and you know it's coming up. You know, dude, I want you all to, all of you, I want you all to be organized. I have to be. I want you to be. You know, maybe we could. Maybe we could. That's the answer. Maybe we could. And Kate and I will work on something for that. How about that? We will trial it, and if it improves the results, then we will continue with it. But if I send out a template, which will take me hours to build and hours to implement, if I send it out and it doesn't get used, then really we're back to square one, which is think about what you need to ask. It should be it should be you know, let me say this now. There's a Q&A webinar in 2 weeks. If you're turning up to it, write down all your flipping questions starting today and bring them all to the webinar. If you were at the last webinar, there should be questions about that webinar today. Right? So that's how it works. Like, you did a webinar with me 2 weeks ago. You had a week to implement it. You should be coming to me today saying, hey, Grant, from the last webinar that I did, you said X, Y, Z, and I've done A, B, C, and I got stuck on point B. So can you help me with this? And I say, yeah, no worries. Sorry that I didn't explain that more fully. Here's the full explanation of that in even more detail. And then you can go and implement even easier. So this is all about, Grant, yesterday I did a module, or last week I did a module. And you said in module 11, where you talked about zones, and there was a red zone and the blue zone and the green zone, and you talked about emergent performant businesses and reactive businesses. And right now, I'm not sure whether I'm reactive or performant, but I think I might be performant, but I'm not sure because I've still got some elements of reactive. Where do you think I'm at? I can take you on the call and we can talk about it and we can unpack it, and it's going to benefit everyone. So that's kind of how these things should work. So there you go. Hopefully it helps. So Mel has said, yep, answered, thank you. I so admire all of your doers and want to be one of them. I feel I'm starting to get on track, so I can work on it. Mel, Kathy, you and I are jumping on a phone call, and I think I inboxed you earlier to set that up. So, girlfriend, you and I are talking, and you are an implementer, and you are kicking some ass and taking some names. So there you go. Emma said, it's okay, my responsibility. I don't make it easy for you. Well, we will try and make it easier for you. Andrew has said, sometimes I think it can be difficult to articulate what you need. I think that may be the issue with Q&A. Not sure, just my 2 cents. Okay, cool. If you're finding it difficult to articulate, and this is for anyone. Guys, I am just a bloke, right? I'm just a human being the same as you guys who is in this for a conversation and in this to help you. If it's hard to articulate, here's the question you ask. The question you type in is, hey, Grant, can you go live with me now? Because I'm not sure how to ask what I need to ask. Can we just chat? And we chat live now in this room, and we nut it out together. We have a coaching conversation, and we talk about it. And this way I can ask you some questions that will help you to ask some better questions. So you've got a bit of freedom to move in that. And it's not like school, where you got to put your hand up or whatever. We're adults. This is an adult conversation, and I'm in it to help you, not to get you stuck. So, you know, guys, this is group coaching, and group coaching is about, you know, when iron rubs up against iron, people get sharper. Right? So it's about sharpening one another. I cannot see any more questions there, and I still have a little bit of coffee left in my very favorite coffee mug. I love this one. If ever you want to buy me a gift, make it motorcycle related, I'll be very happy. But guys, for those of you that are still here, there's 7 of us here, 12 people registered, 7 people here. That's interesting. Always interested to see who registers and then who turns up. That's always a fun statistic to measure. That way I can see what's really going on and who's watching in replays and so on, which is fine too. And we get to measure all of the replays, so we can see who has registered and not even watched replays. So that's interesting as well. We've got a big spreadsheet on all of that. It's fun to watch the numbers. Anyway, just letting you know, we are watching everything. Guys, if that is all you have to ask for today, then that is cool as well. If there's any more questions now, just type in, just put ... and hit enter. So I know that you're in the middle of asking a question. But otherwise, guys, I'm going to say arrivederci, and I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Spend some time refilling your bucket with your friends and family. I know I'm going to. Time to chuck on the tracky dacks and have a bit of a chill with Netflix. It's going to be season 4, I think we're up to, in Suits. Mel Hyatt, caps lock all the way. Gotta love it. Mel has a hearing problem with her fingers, so she always types in caps lock. Guys, love you guys. Emma loves Suits as well. Man, it is just the best show. if you want to learn sales, watch Suits. It's so good. All right, you guys are amazing. Please remember, just hit me up if you need my help. I'm here all the time for you. I say it every week on the webinars. I'm here for you. Do not be afraid. I'm not going to bite anyone's head off if you need help. It's natural to get confused. It's natural to need some help. And I'm here for you on that. Mel Cathy, I expect to be talking to you very soon. And everyone else who wants to make a booking, go ahead and make a call with me. Shannon, thanks very much. No time for TV, he says, busy implementing. Mel Hyatt, passion. Yeah. Guys, love you heaps. I'm going to sign off. I'll catch you later.